What's going on, Longhorn Nation? It's BJ with Bad Talks. I usually don't like to do reactions immediately after the football game, but I can't sleep on this one. Texas, as you all know, if you're a Texas fan, they go down tonight, lose to Oklahoma State 38-35 in Stillwater. I mean, where do you even start? This is one of the worst games I've seen in a long time. I mean, it was very frustrating. And I say that knowing we haven't been good over the years. But this had a crappy feel to it from the beginning. I told my brother this morning, homecoming for Oklahoma State. We're coming off a bye week. I thought we'd come out flat and get pushed around a little bit on defense like we did. A night game, national televised TV, number 6 in the country. They've lost 2 or 3. They need to win. Halloween weekend. And last but not least, the selfish players that wanted to be suspended, that got suspended before the game. Yeah, I understand little Jordan Humphrey or whatever had to miss the first series, and Boyd and Davis missed the first quarter, but it's still a distraction. It's still a distraction. And to do all this talk about we're team and we love each other and we bought into Tom Herman, you're full of it. Chris Boyd, Davis, Humphrey, you're full of it. You soaked up this I'm number 6 in the country, and we're Texas and we're beating people now and people are jumping on our back. So let me go take a dump on my team. That's what you did tonight, guys. That's exactly what they did. They took a dump in the middle of the locker room on their team. Unfortunately, the younger guys had to step up. B.J. Foster was all over the field. Stearns didn't play very well. Brandon Jones was atrocious tonight. You missed tackle after tackle. The kid missed tackle after tackle after tackle. Then when we're within 3, the kid from Oklahoma State punts it 60 yards in the air, and Jones decides to catch it on the 9-yard line, running backwards over his shoulder, takes him back 7 yards and gets tackled on the 2. That's kid league stuff, man. That's junior high stuff. You know not to do. And this team resurfaced. The crap team that Texas has been for the last few years resurfaced tonight. I didn't mind Kirk Herbstreit and Fowler's commentary all night. They were pretty honest about Texas. They don't know who Texas is. Who really does? They kind of tried to pump us up a little bit, even though we were getting smashed around. And let me back up a little bit. I'm going to be all over the place on the reactions. That's why I usually don't like to do it after the game. But it's too emotional. I'm not going to sleep on this. But those are the things I told my brother this morning, about homecoming, bye week, and all that stuff. First half, if you watch the game and you know anything about football, Texas got pushed around, slapped around, was gassed with 10 minutes left in the second quarter. When these guys had already had 260 to 300 yards of offense in the first quarter. Orlando, sir, I understand you got 2 corners on the outside, but that had nothing to do with Justice Hill gashing you up the middle every time he touched the football. Not just 3, 4, 5 yards, 8 to 15 yards. A pop. A pop. And before you know it, Texas down 31-17. I mean, anytime you'd get close, the defense in the first half would give it up. Offense stalled as well. I texted my brother, I think it was a third series or something like that. We had fell into Oklahoma State's trap. We really did. They wanted us to just start throwing the ball around because they jumped on us, and we did. Man, again, I'll be all over the place because there's a couple things just popped in my head, but there's some bonehead moves that I'm not just understanding. I thought maybe Keontae Ingram was gimpy or something. Trey Watson was gimpy. Wise Young in there. Running a zone replay, RP. I'm not sure why that kid's in there. I mean, I like Young, don't get me wrong, but Keontae's been doing fine. They know when Young's in there, he's in there to either just run up the middle or to block. So they're not fooling anybody. Keontae, I mean, the dude caught a touchdown pass over how far was it? I don't even remember how far it was. 40-something yards, 30 yards, whatever it was. I don't remember. But Keontae Ingram caught that wheel route in the third quarter. with 11 minutes left in the third quarter. So he poses that threat. And when you put Young in there, that threat's not there. So that stuff is just bonehead to me. I don't get that. Man, I've done coaching, but not at a high level. And I played my best players all the time. Yeah, you sub. Of course you got to sub. But when it comes down to the end of the game, you play your best players all the time. Unreal. Oklahoma State did everything they could to let us win this football game. As crappy as Texas played, Oklahoma State still missed 2 field goals, had a 1st and goal from the 1 and toss sweep, and missed the toss and got tackled on the 10-yard line. And then we let the guy, 5 minutes left in the game, we let the slowest quarterback in the history of Big 12 football do a zone read. And this was the only time I really got frustrated at B.J. Foster. He tried to take away the inside and allow the quarterback to run outside to the pylon. Come on, son. Take the outside away, make the quarterback cut up into the meat of your defense. You tackle him at the 5. He kicks a field goal. You're down 6 with 5 minutes left in the football game. But no. Instead, you're down 10 with 5 minutes left in the football game. And it takes you 4 minutes to go score. I mean, rightly so. Oklahoma State was playing good defense, keeping us in the front, just like they did. And we did a great job getting down the field scoring. Then you get it to 3rd down, 1 timeout left, with the minute 30 left or 14 left, whatever it was. They come to the line of scrimmage. Me, little old me that don't know jack about what's going on in the game. I'm just a fan, right? That's what I've been told a lot. I'm just a fan. I don't know anything about football. But as they come to the line of scrimmage, I say out loud to my son, which is only 8 and 10, boys, watch this. Zone read, quarterback keep, 1st down. Texas won't even touch him until he gets the 1st down. Game's over. 10 seconds later, 5 seconds later, whatever. And you get paid $5 million a year to not know that's coming. Maybe the coach did say after a timeout, hey, they're going to do a zone read, quarterback's going to keep it. If that's the case, then you guys are dumb defensive players. Because all you had to do was stop them. Now, it would have been hard to win because they were going to punt the ball. We didn't have the ball pinned deep if he kicked it to the end zone after 20. So we had a long way to go in a minute. I get it, but still give yourself a chance. 3 timeouts. Kick an onside kick. And the dude rolls it to the dude. I mean, this game was just one of the crappiest games you could have. Excuse me. And you still had a chance to win the football game. So that says something about your team. I'm talking frustrated because I'm frustrated. That says something about your team that you can bring it back and have chances to win the football game after they played the best football they have played all year long. And you've played the worst game other than Maryland. The worst game you've played in a month and a half. And you still had a chance to win the football game, just like the Maryland game. Blows my mind. Man, there was a lot of things that stand out to me, the reason we lost the football game. But to me, the number one reason was penalties. Boneheaded penalties at the wrong time. Now, the refs knew they blew it. The offsides on that punt, it was an absolute, the lineman cannot shift like that. Our defensive player is obviously going to move and go across the line of scrimmage. He just watched the lineman that's set in a 2-point stance on the line of scrimmage slide down towards the center. Just like they do when they block during special teams. So, of course, he's going to come off the ball. And you call the penalty on Texas? Coach Herman had every right to call timeout and get knee deep in that ref. And as you can tell, the other refs were trying to say something. Herman's like, I'm not trying to talk to them. I'm trying to talk to you. The refs blew that one. Blew that one big time. Now, later on in the game, I mean, there's that didn't cost the game. It did cost. That did cost us a touchdown, but that didn't cost us the game. poor tackling. The defense giving up 5,000 yards and 31 points in the first half. That's what cost you the game. You only give up 7 in the second half. So you can't blame that. You had every chance to win the football game, but you kept doing dumb penalties. You catch a field goal or catch a kickoff in the end zone to start the second half, and Jameson slowly comes out and then takes off, gets tackled on the 11. Brandon Jones gets beat all night. Chris Boyd dropped an interception, 2 interceptions, and then got beat like a ragdoll all night long. Wallace toasted everybody. Career night for this guy. We made Oklahoma State look like they were flipping Alabama or somebody. Dude, seriously, that's not even a good football team. You came out, Texas, and you laid an egg. Point blank. The only thing you have going for you now is still lead the Big 12. That's the first loss in the Big 12. Right? Still first place. Maybe you'll be tied with West Virginia. They'll be up in front of us because they got a better overall record. But they've got 1 loss in the Big 12 to Iowa State. Oklahoma's got 1 loss. And we beat Oklahoma, so we're above them. Oh, we just got to get in the top 2. We're not out of this thing. Our goal was to win the Big 12. Nobody was talking playoffs of the first year. Nobody was talking playoffs this week. The country was saying Texas is in the playoff picture. We weren't. We know we're not in the playoff picture yet. Now, were we creeping up there? Absolutely. If we'd have won this game, next week game, I'd have started talking playoffs to you because then we only have Texas Tech and Iowa State and Kansas left. So, yeah, I would have talked playoffs in the next couple weeks, but not this week. So, man, Texas, you let that one go, guys. They let that one go. Again, this reaction, I didn't break down the game. I went over just how dumb we were all night long. All night long. And to let that quarterback beat you like that? Oh, dude wasn't even recruited, really? I mean, he's a 5-year senior, so you can't knock the guy. The dude played well. I mean, I shouldn't sit and knock the guy, but golly. Now, there were some highlights of the game, and highlights of the game was defense buckled down kind of when they needed to, when we only gave up 7 in the second half versus 31 in the first half. Offense just couldn't get in the end zone when we needed to because of dumb penalties and bonehead punt returns and stuff like that. Keontae Ingram is a stud. We all know that. I still think he got taken out way too much. I didn't even look at stats. Didn't care to look at stats tonight. But the highlight of the game for me was Sam Ehlinger. Sam Ehlinger played his butt off. And that quarterback, we got ourselves a quarterback. I saw some dude on Twitter was like, Texas still is missing an elite quarterback. What do you want? The guy hasn't turned the ball over since week 1. We're week 7, going on week 8. If the dude's not in the game, we get beat tonight. 38-7 probably. Because Michelle's not good. So, I don't understand the bashing on Sam. Sam played great. The dude picked up yards when he needed to. He ducked his head on people when he needed to. Had 2 rushing touchdowns, a pass to Keontae Ingram, a pass to Beck. What do you want from this guy, man? The dude's playing his butt off. So, I don't care if you're a Texas fan or not. I see you banging a dude on Twitter. I'm going to say something to you. Regardless of what it is, I'm not going to be rude. But, dude, check his stats, man. The dude's playing his butt off. O-line played fine. Other than the penalties. They didn't. And the defense just unreal, man. Tarlando, your guys were not ready to go, sir. None whatsoever. They were being gashed. Gashed in the first half. So, there's my reaction, guys. It sucks. It hurts to lose because, we were on such a good run. But it's not the end of the world. It doesn't take us out anything other than the college football playoffs. Not one person watching this video, all 30 of you, thought Texas would be in this position to start the year. We had hoped, but we didn't think we would be there. And I said in my preview before the game, we're not Texas Tech, we're not Iowa State, we're Texas Longhorns. When we come into Stillwater, they're going to give us every single thing they got. Just like Baylor gave us every single thing they got. Just like Kansas State gave us every single. Tulsa, Everybody we've played has given us their best shot. Every team we've played has given us their best shot. So, and out of the 8 games, we've won 6 of them. Pretty good percentages. 6-2. I'll take it at this time of year. 6-2. Last year, in the last week of the season, we're needing a win to be bowl eligible. So, hey, look on the other side of things, man. This loss sucks, but you got to take it. Now I'll end with this. Hager, you showed your butt, sir. At the end of the game, you showed your frustration. You called out that number 13 or whatever it is. You showed your butt. West Virginia. Ohio. If I can get this right. I'm so flustered tonight because this darn game had me on the edge of my seat all night. Oklahoma State whipped your tail up and down the field for majority of the night tonight. So to take out all the anger and start, you were holding your arm 2 plays before that, and now you want to try to bum rush somebody at the whistle when he's trying to take a knee? I get you trying to get to the quarterback in case he dropped a snap or something. I get that. But you're calling this dude out, and you had a freshman. You're a captain, buddy. You're a captain. And you had this freshman trying to tell you to stop. Then, as soon as Tom Herman did that, I got a text from an OU fan. It's like, oh, Tom Herman just lost respect for me. Well, he don't give a damn what you think about him. That's one thing I like about our coach. He don't care what you think about him. He was sticking up for his team. And he told Gundy that after the game. Look, I thought you were going after my guys, and I'm going to stick up for my team. Guarantee you that's what he told him. And that's exactly what he should have told him. Because if I'd have been on the sideline too, and I saw the other head coach coming for my team, I'd have done the same darn thing. The exact same thing. So, hey, Texas, you got to take this one on the chin. Like I tell my boys when I coach them, hey, we lost in the championship game last year. You got to take it on the teams we had already blew out. When I say blew out, 19-6. We'd already beat pretty good. You got to take it on the chin. When they beat you up and down the field, oh, we beat ourselves with penalties. Yeah, we had penalties at the wrong time, but they also had penalties. You didn't tackle well. Your defensive game plan sucked. Offense played okay, but had horrible penalties at the wrong time. You had individuals make dumb bonehead plays. Coaches made wrong decisions, i.e. onside kick, that kind of stuff. I didn't like that at all. Herbstreit and those guys didn't like it either. You got beat fair and square tonight, Texas. Take it on the chin, just like I'm going to do. I'm going to sleep good in my bed. I'm going to get up tomorrow and start getting ready for West Virginia. That's all they can do. You only got one loss in the Big 12. Still got everything in front of you that we want. Go on, get to the Big 12 championship, win the Big 12, get us a good bowl game. Hey, can't ask for much more. All right, guys. Before I go, one thing I do like is the resiliency of this team. I've been negative for the last 18 minutes, and I apologize. This is more of a rant than anything, so I'm the first to admit it, and I'm sorry. But it is what it is. That's what happens when you do a reaction right after the game. I just didn't feel like dealing with it tomorrow. There's a lot going on tomorrow, a lot of homework and stuff like that. But I like the resiliency of this team. Old Texas teams would have folded. This Longhorn team got in the trenches. They dug deep, and they played hard. And they could have won the football game. When they didn't, they played a horrible football game. And they dug and they played hard, like Coach Herman says. You play hard for the brother next to you, and you'll give yourself a chance to win the football game. That's exactly what they did. All right, guys. I'll be later midweek for West Virginia preview. If you like, probably be hard to like this video. But if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, give me a thumbs down. Tell me why. Hey, I appreciate the ones that keep tuning in and send me messages, man. I really, really like that. I really enjoy you guys. Look me up on Twitter at Brian Jalomo, BrianJalomo. All right, guys. Have a good night. Hook 'em.